guys, welcome to Moments of Magic. Today, let's talk about Cappadocia. In this video, I'm going to tell you about where to stay and things to do. Cappadocia is not just about hot air balloons, there is so much more to it. So please stay till the very end of this video. I have some special tips for you to make your trip super amazing at a much lesser price. Cappadocia is a region in central Turkey. This land is so magical that it transcends you into ancient times. There are 4 best towns to stay in Cappadocia: Göreme, Ortahisar, Urgup, and Uçhisar. The airports in this region are Nevşehir and Kayseri. We were planning to stay in Göreme, so we arrived at Nevşehir, which is just a 40 minutes ride from Göreme. To our surprise, as we walked out of the airport, we found that there were multiple airport transfers available, taking you to different towns. They actually drop you right at your hotel. It was an economical yet comfortable way to get to Göreme. If it is your first time in Cappadocia, I would highly recommend you stay in Göreme. Göreme is the heart of Cappadocia region. This is where hundreds of hot air balloons are launched at sunrise. Most hotels in Göreme have a terrace from where this enchanting scene can be viewed from. If you are looking for a hotel and want to view this from your terrace, try to take a hotel closer to the launch field. But to be honest, it's visible from basically everywhere in the town. It is a pretty small town and can be easily covered by foot. There are plenty of great restaurants for all budgets where you can try dishes such as pides and gözleme. Göreme is very lively during evenings and fun to walk around. The town is pretty touristy, to be honest, with most establishments being aimed towards visitors rather than locals. This being said, it still retains unique charm due to the number of fairy chimneys actually dotted in and around the town itself. In fact, one of the most fun things to do here is to stay in a cave hotel. We stayed at Roch of Cappadocia. These hotels are very well maintained and quite comfortable. If you are looking for something more historical, then Ortahisar is the place for you to stay. With its ancient cobbled streets, ruins of stone houses, charming town squares, it is a historical beauty. If you're looking for something more luxurious, then you should stay in Urgup. Home to some of the most luxurious boutique hotels in Cappadocia, Urgup also has a modern downtown for when you're tired of small lanes and quiet atmosphere of the old town. The last one is Uçhisar. South of Göreme lies Uçhisar, a quieter alternative. The town's houses sweep up to the iconic hill that lies at the center of Uçhisar. Now let's talk about things to do in Cappadocia. Zelve Open Air Museum. In the Zelve Valley, which houses large and pointed fairy chimneys, you can see many ancient structures. You can come across monasteries, cave houses, and churches made by human carving. While touring the Zelve Open Air Museum, you can also consider trekking through the rugged areas of the valley. My favorite part about these communities is that there was no hierarchy or social discrimination. Everyone lived together, worked together, and ate together. Wouldn't it be amazing if the world lived in peace like this all the time? Pasabag Open Air Museum. Pasabag Valley, also known as the Valley of Priests, covers a very large area surrounded by mushroom-shaped fairy chimneys. The valley, which is frequented by many tourists, is one of the regions where the most famous fairy chimneys are the most intense and prominent. It is very unique and mystical. Avanos Town. Avanos is famous for its pottery. You can also try your hand in pottery. It's actually quite meditative. The store provides an expert who shows you and walks you through the technique of pottery. Derwent Valley. This is also called Imagination Valley. Derwent Valley has a lot of fairy chimneys that look like an animal or a human. You stand here for a long time staring at the fairy chimneys and discussing with your travel partner which one looks like what. It's quite a fascinating thing to do. Uçhisar Castle. This castle, which is the highest point in Cappadocia, is surrounded by fairy chimneys. Uçhisar Castle is a large cylindrical mound of volcanic tuff on top of a hill. At its prime, 1,000 people lived in Uçhisar Castle. Due to its location, it has the most stunning views. Love Valley Panorama. Love Valley is a great spot to take pictures. Some people told us that it's a great spot to view hot air balloons at sunrise. Why this is called Love Valley? I'll let you guys figure that out for yourself. Goreme Panorama. Goreme Panorama offers breathtaking views of Cappadocia's unique landscape, making it a must-visit spot. This viewpoint provides stunning vistas of fairy chimneys, rock formations, and valleys. Capture the beauty of Goreme Panorama for an unforgettable memory of your trip to Cappadocia. Pigeon Valley. Viewpoint offers panoramic views of the valley, dotted with historic pigeon houses carved into cliffs. You will be amazed to see how organized this is. Coming to my most favorite and the most fascinating part of Cappadocia, the underground cities of Derinkuyu and Kaymakli. Derinkuyu, the largest underground city of Cappadocia, consists of 12 floors, according to the information that's available, of course. Visitors are allowed up until the 8th floor. The depth is 50 meters underground. There are 50 water wells and natural ventilation system which is so intricate that it does not allow pollution to come in. It is not possible for two people to move side by side due to very narrow corridors. Derinkuyu also holds a church carved into its 2nd floor and offers a different world where 50,000 people can live together. Kaymakli is another large underground city in Cappadocia. In the city, the 1st floor is separated for animals. There are established connections between churches and other living spaces with corridors. Kaymakli Underground City has astounding sections such as warehouses, kitchens, cemeteries, and copper workshops. And of course, there are still many underground tunnels which have not been fully revealed. Honestly, guys, walking around in these underground caves sounds really suffocating. But to our surprise, the ventilation inside was pretty awesome. People who created this were very smart. I often get very panicky in crowded and closed spaces and was fearful to go into these underground caves. But I was completely fine. So try not to miss out on this fascinating destination. Everyone's favorite, the hot air balloon ride. Everyone should have this one on their bucket list. This enchanting experience will stay with you forever. At sunrise, hundreds of hot air balloons are launched into the Cappadocia sky. The early morning flights provide a mesmerizing view of the sun rising over the region's valleys, casting a golden glow over the famous fairy chimneys, rock formations, and ancient caves. At first, I thought that these balloon rides must be absolutely unsafe and that there must be some random guy who is going to fly this. But guys, I was totally wrong. These hot air balloon rides are very particular about safety. The pilots undergo rigorous training and education before flying these. The pilots that we met were actually very passionate about their work. Also, this is government regulated activity. So if the wind and weather doesn't meet their strict standards, then they just cancel the flight for the day. This is what a lot of people who travel to Cappadocia complain about, that they didn't get to see any balloons during their trip. But to be honest, I'd rather be on a safe flight than otherwise. April marks the heart of spring in Cappadocia, with mild temperatures, vibrant landscapes, and ideal weather conditions for a smooth flight. This is the best time to be here in. The cool breeze combined with the fresh greenery and blooming flowers makes the experience even more picturesque. A typical hot air balloon ride in Cappadocia lasts around 60 to 90 minutes, offering you plenty of time to soak in the stunning panoramic views. The ride begins before sunrise, allowing you to watch the first light of day illuminating the valleys and mountains. The entire experience is designed to provide a peaceful and unforgettable view of this UNESCO World Heritage Site. I do want to let you know that if you want to do this during sunrise, which is of course the best time to do it, make sure the hot air balloon company that you're going with is going to be launching before sunrise. Because there is a second batch of around 50 balloons which are launched after the first batch has almost landed. The locals told us that it is best to stay in Cappadocia for at least 2 mornings. so that you can ride the balloon on one day and just watch them from a terrace or a viewpoint on the second day. Both the experiences are breathtaking. Some of the fun activities in Cappadocia are ATV bike rides, horse rides, and photography in beautiful rental dresses and with vintage cars. So, if you have watched this video until now, here is my tip. To see all these places, your hotels will recommend the Green Tour, Red Tour, and Blue Tour. In 2024, these tours cost €35 per person per tour, during which they will take you to a place for lunch where the food is mostly pretty average and you will be taken in a minibus or a van. Instead of this, just rent a car. It is so much cheaper. A lot of these places are free to see and don't even need a ticket. Car rental is very cheap and easy in Cappadocia. You must be wondering, oh my god, what is she saying? Driving in Turkey is a crazy idea. But honestly, that's only true for bigger cities like Istanbul and Ankara. Cappadocia, the roads are quite good and pretty empty. The traffic is quite organized and there's lots of parking spaces everywhere. That way, you will be in the comfort of a car. You can stop at any places that interest you for as long as you want and have lunch at a nice place. People in Cappadocia are so warm and kind. I feel I have more interactions with locals if I'm doing a road trip in any country. I hope I was able to make your trip more interesting and fun. Please subscribe, like, and comment on this video and come back for more videos. Bye for now.